So this is the facts-driven person, the analytical person. They're extremely analytical. Now, one of the things about them is that they're also very pessimistic, right? So even if they cannot poke holes into something, they tend to be pessimistic as to whether or not it will apply. So every personality trait has some pros and cons, right? This is one of the cons, right? Another con is that they're not action takers. They take a long time to make a decision, right? So they're not action takers, okay? And another thing is that these people, they drive certain personalities crazy. One of the personalities that we're going to get into is the action personality. These people drive the action personality takers crazy, right? Because they don't take action, right? And it takes a lot of patience to deal with these people. So anyways, here's how you identify these people. One of the ways to identify them is that they're very quiet. They're very reserved. They have a limited fashion sense. So they're not going to be the flashiest people. They tend to dress pretty simple. And when you're in a sales environment, in a leadership environment, it is very important for you to know the basics of how you can identify this type of person so you could know what are some of the things that drives this person, some of the things that motivates this person, and some of the turnoffs for this person as well, right? They usually drive electric cars or low budget cars. They're very techie people, right? And they're also very much like a wallflower. So if you guys have a social gathering, maybe a potluck or something like that, they'll very often be the people that they're more of a wallflower. They don't start a lot of conversations. They're not very outgoing. So when you look at a sales organization or any organization as a leader and you spot this kind of person, now you know the personality trait. Now, you could dig a lot more into this particular training. I'm just giving you some of the highlights, okay? Now we're going to go to the next person. The next person is a red personality. This is the one that I identify myself in. So I'm very familiar with this. I've known this for a long time. I know I have a lot of friends who are the red personality, which is the A. In the acronym FAST, this is the A. The A stands for action. It also stands for attitude, right? So this person, entrepreneur, driven to compete. You want to compete. You want to get this person motivated. You want to get them even more motivated. They tend to be a lot more self-motivated, but you want to get them more motivated. Guess what? Put a competition, right? Put them against other people when it comes to winning. They want to win bad. They're also very money motivated, right? They don't simply order a beer. They like to order a brand beer, all right? Or if it's a certain wine, they like to order a certain brand of wine, right? They're very specific about the things that they want, right? They don't just wear a watch. They consider it a timepiece, right? And so this is a very, very money motivated person, okay? They also like to look good, right? One of the things about this person is that they like to look good and they also care about brand names, right? From the car they drive to the watch they have to the clothes that they wear. They like to wear brand names. They have a big ego. That's one of the things about these people. They do have a big ego. And here's the deal. Ego can be good or it can be bad. And I can relate to this from personal experience because I'm 38 years old now. But when I was probably 30, 31, 32 years old, this that I'm talking about right here perfectly identified the way that I was then. As you get older, in my case, as I get older, I get more mature, I get more experience. I don't care as much about the brand stuff, but I do still care about making the big money, right? But personal growth and maturity, any one of these four different personalities, personal growth and maturity is going to change them to a certain degree. As they get older, they change, right? And so, but here's the thing. For example, one thing you'll see from people that are working on themselves is that as time goes on, they're going to change. So for example, I don't really care that much about the fancy clothes. It doesn't matter if I have an $800 watch or an $8,000 watch. I have both of them. What I care about now is how it feels and how it looks, but more than anything, how it feels. I don't really wear a lot of brand stuff. As you can see, I wear my own brand now because my thought is, why in the world am I going to advertise for free for anybody else? I'm going to advertise my own brand, right? So I advertise my Driven Not Given brand, right? But see, that's also an attribute of a red. Somebody that's not a red, more than likely are not going to want to create their own brand, right? So I'm kind of, making the point here. They do have a bigger ego than others, and they tend to have a chip on their shoulder. One of the things that you will see about a red, is that a red tends to have a bigger chip on their shoulder than other people, right? They tend to build their business with a chip on their shoulder. So here's some of the ways that you could identify them, and I hit some of these here, okay? One of the ways you could identify them is designer labels, okay? They like to dress to impress. They're loud. They tend to be louder than other people, okay? They also like speed. And here's the deal, success loves speed. Red people are very driven by success, and they love the quote, success loves speed. So these people tend to want to be fast. They may not know where they're going, but they're going to get there fast, okay? They love their attention seeking, okay? They're generally unorganized. I'm not the most organized person either, so I can attest to this. However, one of the things I've learned in business is to recruit your weakness. So I've got employees and my assistant that help me stay organized, because I know that I'm not, and my thing is,